day to you viewers, the Colonel speaking to you live from the Grange, British Imperial YouTube Broadcasting. So we've got Decca F3167, Songs of the Shires, number 2, Manor of the Manor, written and composed by Douglas Byng. Here we go, viewers.
Now throughout the English countryside, from manor house to farm, I'm held by all in very high esteem. And I must confess I do possess that dignity and calm and ruffled manner of the creamy de la cream. No doubt you all are wondering what class I represent, a question I do not intend to dodge. Well, like the landed gentry, I don't pay any rent. No, I guard 2 ancient manor gates residing in the lodge. So though I'm not exactly the elite, I nestle in the comfort of a squire's country seat. I'm old and nanner, the keeper of the manor, in and out the lodge all day. Popping out and bobbing when the gentry come to call, stopping little boys from writing rude things on the wall. Everybody knows me, all the village owes me money, which they don't intend to pay. Now at Easter, when the vicar calls to ask the squire for alms, he pops in for a cup of tea. I still have me hidden charms, but he always leaves his prayer book and 10 shillings in the Psalms, in and out the lodge all day. Now I've always been in service with the aristocracy, and I'm proud of the connection there, I'm sure. But I dallied in the dukeries when I was 23, and some extremely funny goings on I saw. All day they hunted foxes, and God knows what at night. Those house parties, you wondered where you were. One night they played a game called Truce, and no one went to bed. Oh, well, after that we never knew who really was the heir. Oh, our manor house is very much alive. So Nana flaunts her banner down at this end of the drive. I always say live near the gates. Then when you give a party, you do know who's gone home. Oh, I shall never forget the young squires coming of age. The gentry, the county, the nobility. Talk about noblesse oblige. Everyone was obliging everybody else before they were asked. Then a large lady from London sang. I was standing next to the vicar at the time, and she'd just finished when he turned to me and said, "You know, Nana, I don't mind her old English ditties, but I don't like her London derriere." So I said, "Why talk French to me anyway?" Well, we were just going home, when the village idiot rushed out and did something very peculiar. Oh, very uncalled for. But the young squire was equal to it. He hadn't been to the university for nothing. No, he just waved it aside. And he turned to the village idiot and said, "There's Celerial artem to you." I don't know what it means, but I think it means if that's art, conceal it. Oh, it's old Nana, the keeper of the manor, in and out the lodge all day. Popping out and bobbing when the gentry come to call, stopping little dogs, little boys, from writing rude things on the wall. Everybody knows me, all the gentry owes me money, which they don't intend to pay. Now they say the manor's haunted, full of ghosts with eyes that shine. So I slept up there one Christmas, lots of guests, and lots of wine. But all I heard were just gentle taps on every door but mine, in and out the lodge all day.
Well, there you go, viewers. Wonderful scene from old country life, wasn't it, viewers? Thank you, viewers, and goodbye.